Okay. All right. And we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sharon from New Jersey, USA. Welcome to my new episode of interview with our successful global online business owners who share with us their business journey so that we could all learn and be inspired by each one of their own story. And today I have the honor to have Merly Boldon from Wisconsin, USA to join us live. Hi, Merly.
Hi there. Thank you, Sharon.
Sure. So before we start, just a little bit about myself. I'm a mother of two teenage girls. One is in college, and the other one is in high school. And I used to be a CPA working in the financial service industry for years before I landed on this online business opportunity. And I love every single minute of it and never look back. So now it's my passion to spread the words about this amazing business opportunity. And through our guests sharing, I just hope that we could shed some light on this business for anyone who has the chance to listen and join us. So now let's welcome Merly. The floor is yours. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you started on this online business.
Okay, thank you so much, Sharon. Thank you for inviting me. And yes,
Mm.
my name is Merly Boldon. I've been an online business owner for 3 years and 10 months. I will be 4 years in the business this coming September. I have
Mhm.
my two boys, two teenager,
Yep.
and also I am. Hang, hang on for a minute. I'm sorry about that. You're not leaving yet. Okay, okay. So they're going camping. My boys are. Sorry,
Oh, oh,
it's
they're coming.
live.
Right, right. They don't know
So
you're on live.
yeah, no, they don't.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've been in the business for almost 4 years, and I used to work in a healthcare company for 16 and a half years. And before I found this business, that's what I did. I was working third shift and working multiple jobs, of course,
Wow.
just to kind of hoping that I get kind of ahead of things. But as time goes by, it is not easy because body is getting older, and the kids are getting older, and I didn't have time for my family.
Right.
So I am originally from the Philippines, and as an immigrant, we wanted to help others, we wanted to help our family. So that's why I am here in this business. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Oh, wow. So you've been in the business for almost 4 years. So how
Yes.
did you, like when you first come across this online business opportunity, like how did you perform your evaluation or risk assessment and decide to jump at the opportunity? Because I know that a lot of people are looking nowadays at online business opportunity, obviously because of its flexibility, and all that. But, it also could be like a scam. A lot of people are suspicious. So I'm just
Mhm.
curious, when you first encountered this opportunity, like what's your thought process and how did you make a decision or your whole evaluation process? Can you share with us?
Yeah. Absolutely. So when I started this business, I was not really into it right away because I thought I was
Mhm.
skeptical because I have a lot of bad experience already. Lose a lot of money, of course, and
Mhm.
you mentioned about scam, and
Yeah,
yes, we are afraid of being scammed, of
right.
course, and I've been there. So when my friend, well, we're not friend actually at that time because we were in convention in Texas. We
Mhm.
become friends and we met there, and she introduced me into this business after a couple of weeks. And I was skeptical. I didn't really jump in right away. I said,
Mhm.
I've been there and done that. I don't want to go through that again because
Right.
when you connect with people, it kind of says, you don't know them, right?
Yep.
And
Mhm.
for me at that time, that's what my thought was. I don't
Mm.
want to do that again. So, and then we start kind of talking, and then she started explaining to me that this business is actually, you have nothing to lose. Just look at what
Yeah.
is all about, and that's what I did. Finally I said, okay, if I'm not gonna lose anything, I'm not gonna, if I put my name in there, I better not gonna be losing anything. So that's what my thought was. So because
Right.
that's what she said, then that's what I did.
Yep.
That, you're not going to pay anything, just look at it, and then if you want to
Mhm.
move forward, just follow the steps.
Yep.
So that's what I did. And then when I see that, that was the time that I realized that, okay, there's a lot of potential in this business. And
Mm.
besides, when we join in this business, that's what my thought process was. you
Mhm.
know we can still step back and says, no, I am not going to do that. So
Right.
that was the time that I says, okay, so I follow the next steps, the next process, even though of course I was skeptical, but I just want to see what is inside.
Yep.
So I joined, of course, I signed up and
Mhm.
I followed the steps and joined in our mega group. And
Right.
that's where I saw that I there's a lot of potential in this business. So
Yep.
then I says, okay, I've been working in the facility for so long, and
Mm.
I need some change. I needed something that kind of, it's not stress.
Mhm.
So that's what I end up of doing that. So I kind of says, this can't be scam, because you see people, you can change and look at their profile and see,
Right.
okay, these are real, because when we join this business we have a real profile here.
Yep.
This is legit. So it
Legitimate
can't be
business.
like, yes,
Yep.
yes. So that's how
Absolutely.
I decided. I jumped
I
into this
see.
opportunity.
Right, right. I think that I went through the similar process as well, because you see it yourself, right? You have to
Yeah.
do your own due diligence. I mean, of course, there's a lot of scam out there, but when you use your own eyes and do your own investigation, you
Right.
make your judgment call. And obviously, we have a very comprehensive system to lead them to understand this business. So I think that yeah, so that our whoever interested could kind of understand. You have to go through the steps to
Mm-hmm.
understand if it's a legitimate business. So the next
Right.
question is like along the way when you first get started, like what are some of the challenges that you face? Not only at the beginning, maybe, like share with us uh, at the beginning and then, later on, like what might be some of the challenges that we will be facing.
Mm-hmm. It make me smile when I saw this question. Honestly, when I started the business, I was not a tech savvy. I pretty much like, oh my goodness, seriously, this is what I have to do. I didn't know that I had to do this.
Right.
So because I was not tech savvy, I was afraid, of
Yep.
course, and I don't wanna. I was just like, oh, I use the Facebook because just communicate with family, especially, and friends in the Philippines, and then realizing that, what, we have the step by step training in this business. So with that, because I was not a tech savvy, I am already afraid. But
Right.
and also I was not following the training at that time. But it's just like, okay, you gotta do this. And so that was some of the challenges that I have in this business, because I was not tech savvy, I was not familiar of things, and then
Mm,
I'm afraid of asking.
right.
Because we
Right.
don't know, when we join this business, we don't know anyone except for our mentor and coach,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And that's
Yep.
what I did, because I didn't know even my mentor. We kind of become friends already at that time, but it's still they have lives, and I was afraid of asking question.
Yep.
And so that is one of the challenges that I have. And along the way, of course, the road to success is not that easy, to be honest.
Right.
Anything in life is not easy. So for me, I have to pretty much like plug in order for me to become successful in this business. And those are the challenges. We have family, and it's up
Yes.
to us how we are going to plan our day, because
Yep.
this is our business now. This is the thing that we do. We are not employees, so we have to do everything like in our own time. So yeah, those are the challenges that I have, because if you're not tech savvy, you'll be afraid, but you know
Yep.
what, we have the training. So
Yes, yes. And then a lot of people kind of concern, like, oh, you have to do all these posting and then, like do
oh
these,
yes,
yeah, like show your face and all that, Is it
yes.
safe or is it, like it's really out of their comfort zone, because
Mm-hmm.
even me, before I started, doing this online business, I've never done any live, or I've never, like do a lot of posting on Facebook. So we all have to go through, like a personal growth to get out of your comfort zone and try these. But actually it turned out to be pretty fun, right? We get
Yes.
to reach out to people, in our global community, and we make friends, we find our like-minded um, people and make connection. Yeah, so that's really beautiful in this
Mm-hmm.
business. Yeah, so when you first started, do you have like the support of your spouse, or like your family? Like how do you handle that?
Um, well, to be honest, when I started this business, I didn't told my husband because as a husband and wife, you kind of know already what is like it's okay for them or not. So my
Right.
husband never know about this business. So he was entirely didn't know anything. So what happened is later on, I am able to kind of show him what is this business all about. And he was still skeptical. He was
Yeah.
skeptical for a long time until he ended up of seeing the results. So that
Right.
results is always makes a difference in life. And no one in my family or friends, or no, I take that one back. My friend,
Mhm.
one of my
Mhm.
friend joined the business. And that was the one that is definitely, she is seeing the potential of the business. But
Right.
other than my friends and family, there is nobody. And now, of course, my husband is helping me out here and there, but he
Yeah.
is still working.
Yeah.
So he is not able to help me completely with what I need. But of course, he's on the training now. So that is a good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, but I admire you, like the independence, because
Yes.
this is a decision that we have to make on our own, because this is something that we want to do, and it will affect our own, like personal growth, and this is what we want to reinvest in ourselves, right?
Hmm.
So maybe yeah, we've been through the same thing. Like my husband also, was kind of skeptical, but he was nice enough not to really oppose. But no matter what, I think that this is a decision that we have to make on our own. And
Yeah.
so like so down the road, like you've been doing this for like a few years, like down the road, what are some of the other challenges, that you might be facing, other than the initial not tech savvy? What do you think, like, or what are some of the tips for people who are considering this opportunity, you know, uh, and see to get a feel of the type of challenges that they will be facing in the coming days.
Yeah. So for me, I would say that, every day we have a different moods, right? We have a
Yes.
different situation. So because in our business we have the system, we have the support of the community. All I can say is really staying plugged in, because if I don't didn't stay plugged in the business,
Mhm.
I will never be here, to be honest. If
Right,
I
right.
didn't reach out to people, those are the things that we need. It's a challenge because it's just kind of, our mindset is just like, oh, I don't know these people, I don't want to connect with them, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I realized that as an online business owner for this long, I realized that reaching out to people is so helpful and
Right,
help
right.
us grow as a person, help us grow as an online business owner. And that is one thing that it really helps me is
Mm.
reaching out, staying
Re-
plugged in the
Yep.
business. Because if you want success in life, guess what? You have to go for it. You can't be saying that, okay, it didn't work for me for 2 months or 3 months or 6 months.
Right.
It has a challenges, but you have to move forward. And if you have some question, go and reach out to mentor and coach. And that's what I did. And also our training is there 24/7. Even
Right.
though we know that our life is so busy, but it's going to be busy. It's up to us really how we're going to accommodate all those times, because there's something going on all the time in our life.
Yes,
So
right, right.
yeah, yeah. So
Exactly.
those are definitely,
Yeah,
if
there's
you're
always ups and
thinking,
downs. Yep.
yes, yes,
It's
if you're
definitely not a
thinking,
get rich quick, right?
yes. So if you're thinking about starting an online business or joining this business, be open mind into possibilities, to be
Right.
honest.
Yep.
Self growth. And oh my goodness, honestly, in this business, we learn so much. And that
Exactly.
is, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like for whoever that started this journey, the longer you're here, the more you embrace this wonderful opportunity.
yeah,
Like when you haven't joined, it's hard to describe to them, like
yes,
right? Because
yeah,
from the outside, they will be like, "Oh, it's another selling product type of
hmm,
online business." But actually there's
yeah,
so much more to it, and it's
yeah.
really not as what they see it to be, right?
Hmm. You have to experience it, I would say, in
Exactly.
order for you to appreciate everything. Because
Yeah,
for us, they're seeing us like, okay, they're being in front of the camera, but without that experience, you won't be able to feel and see what really we are experiencing in this business. So yeah, you have to, willing to change.
willing to change and willing to take that leap of faith and
Right.
be a little risk taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next question I have is like what's the best part of this business that you most love about, or what are two, three things that you most love about this business?
Well, the first thing is I am more positive now. I am now positive. Negativity is not even, there's no room for that. To be honest with
Mm,
you, it's so
so the
different. The
mindset.
mindset
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
changed, has changed a lot in my
Mm,
case, and in case of so many people in this business. The mindset is amazing. That is number one. I'm
yep.
happier and I have more rest. So,
Uh-huh.
yes,
Absolutely. Did you
yeah.
quit your job? Did you
Yes, I did
your
quit
full-time
from the
job?
company. Yeah, I
Okay.
did quit my company, and then I'm still working part time here and there until
Okay.
of course, we're going to take off. So like I
Right.
said, if I can work 16 and a half years in a company, why not spend 16 and a half years in this business that gives
Absolutely.
me sanity and also happiness in my life, to be honest.
Yes, right.
So yeah, and then the next thing
Mhm,
is I have more time for my family and I have
mhm.
time flexibility. Now I
Yes,
can, back then I can always relate to back then because I was
right.
exhausted all the time. I was
Yep.
working long hours and didn't have a lot of time for my family. And now I can just said, that I can take off or I don't want to do and go to work today because I have this. And that is
Yeah.
one thing that is really I really appreciate in this business.
Yes,
So
absolutely. I love the flexibility too, because my daughter, she play competitive sports and be a competitive golfer she is, and I always spend like so many hours, literally the whole day, and you feel like, oh, you're sacrificing your own time for them and not,
mhm,
have to like let go of your career. But now with this
right.
business, you can still do a lot of things on your phone, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so this is
exactly.
this is wonderful, and the
Yeah.
community that the global community. It's also what I mostly loved about the support system, right? The
Yes,
support
yes. We
system.
have that.
Yes, I haven't encountered any platform that would provide the type of support that we have. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you mentioned you have done some other business other than this, right? Have you?
Yes, I did. I did a lot. And
Yeah, can you share
um
like some similarity and or like the differences, the comparison, like
okay. Well, honestly, in this business, nothing compares. I would really
right,
say because we are online, we can reach people from all over the globe 24/7.
right,
And with the business, I had the traditional, of
right.
course, back in the
Yes.
Philippines, and there's a lot of headaches and money out, come and go a lot. And then
Mm,
you have a lot of stress, you know?
mm-hmm.
And of course, I did, multi level marketing and you have to do house to house and things like that. It was not a good thing.
Right,
So
right. You know, the
yeah, so it
traditional.
was not.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, right. So this one you don't really have to bug your friends and families, and
Yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's great. And we look, through we learned what's it called, the most advanced online social media or digital techniques to to find the people that the
Yes.
like-minded people. So that's amazing. Yeah. So
Hmm.
now the last but one question, any tips for the people who are considering an online business?
Well, I can say that, as an online business owner, I was skeptical. And of course, I was not the tech savvy. Have to be willing to change, because
Mm,
you're the only one can change yourself.
yep.
And also take a leap of faith and give it a try, because when you watch the webinar and follow, you don't have to be committed 100%. Just look at it. That's all you
Yeah.
have to do. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
it's just, and check it out and see if this business is going to be for you or not. And if it's not, then you have a way out. You're not stuck for the rest of your life. But if you're
Exactly.
willing to change, if you wanted this kind of opportunity and open mind and positivity, guess what? We are in the right spot. So
Absolutely.
you have to wait,
Absolutely.
honey. Have to wait. Yeah. My son, they're going camping, so they're leaving soon.
Oh, oh, nice. Yep, I won't keep you too long. And
Yeah.
yeah, so pretty much I think that almost concludes our, the our whole session.
Yeah.
Any last words for the audience?
Oh,
Look,
all I can say is just check Sharon. Sharon is an amazing business partner. We never met before, but you know what? Because of this business, we have this community, and we have help each other. So reach out to Sharon
oh,
anytime.
thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much for your time, Merly. I really
yeah,
appreciate it for taking out of, busy schedule and do this session
yes,
with me. All right.
yes.
So we'll,
All right.
thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time, next episode.
Okay.
All right. Have a great one,
Thank
Merly.
you. All
Bye.
right. Thank you.
Yep.
That's my
Bye.
son. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.